Thank you, everyone, for attending. It's an honor to be here again at another forum. It's also an honor to be involved with Robert Pittenger for many years in establishing this and being on his board. And I want to thank you, Robert, for your friendship. And also, many people don't know, I was pleased to be able to celebrate Robert's birthday last week. So happy birthday, Congressman Pittenger, for those that don't know. I have the opportunity to kick off this group, but when I was speaking with them, I actually emailed Robert directly afterwards, and I said, this is such a group of deep thinkers, and it's an honor to be able to speak with all of you for both what you do today and what you've done in the past. So I'm going to yield some of my time back so that we have more time to listen to the guest. The boss told me that the train leaves on time, we have to finish at a certain period, so I'm gladly give up some of the time. A couple of points I do want to make before I turn it over to Tom and David. Actually, David's going to speak, and then Tom, Lily, and then Michael, in that order. One of the things that happened in the United States after 9/11 and around the world, private sector was deputized to go and find terrorists, money launderers, and everything. So all the financial services firms around the world were obligated to do so. And whether they wanted to or not, private sector has now stepped up and invested in technology, invested in human resources, and the technology is now picking up speed at a pace that was not predicted. If you look at some of the SAR filing numbers, in the United States, 3.6 million SARs were filed recently. That's an increase of 18%. Here in the UK, it's approaching 1 million STRs, which is an increase of 22%. Technology has gotten better, and data gathering has gotten more increased and more challenging, but there's a lot more data. One of the things I found interesting, in 2021, there was 74 zettabytes of data generated. A zettabyte is equal to 100 trillion Bibles. That's a lot of data. That's a lot of information. Next year, in 2024, it's estimated that will be 149 zettabytes generated of information. It's almost unimaginable when you're dealing with that much of an increase of information. But when you combine that amount of information with quantum AI, QAI, the private sector is going to be finding more and more needles in the haystack. And as they're being found, governments are going to have to respond, because some of those SARs and STRs that are filed are on very elite individuals, very well-known individuals, and the governments are now going to have to look at their justice departments and their law enforcement and start dealing with this on a more equal playing field. Private sector will find illicit activity. Private sector is now finding illicit activity. But what we need to do is balance our resources from looking from small money service brokers to billionaires that are moving money around illegally. And we're going to have to level that playing field in order to create a democracy in the financial services system that we are somewhat lacking right now. And on that comment, I'm going to pass it off to my colleagues, but the general dialogue when it comes to illicit activity is becoming more and more technology driven. And we have to be looking at these tools in order to find bad actors within the financial services market. So, David.